Oh, yo. Let me stop this shit. Josh Brown. Sorry. Nah, man. I just want to make a video. Another one real quick. I'm at home right now, so I'm not at the pool, but I had just come from the swimming pool. So I'm still at it, man. You know, one thing about me is, hey, it might take a long time for me to accomplish something, but if you think I'm gonna quit, you crazy than a mug. You crazy. So I just went swimming today, and I kind of wanted to update you guys on my progress that I've been making. Um, Obviously, when I come from swimming, I oftentimes I get really ashy. I take a shower, get some lotion on, especially if I'm trying to go somewhere, which I have food at the crib, but it's not really good food, so I was kind of gonna go get something to eat. But yeah, man, I was just trying to tell y'all real quick. What am I trying to tell y'all? No, I've been making a lot of progress. I've been making a lot of progress, you know. Um, Probably shouldn't be making a video while I'm doing this, but I made a lot of progress in my swimming. So like today, what I was doing was the backstroke. What's that called? The backstroke. When I was floating, so I float, and then I just go do that, and then the other one. So I think maybe this is the backstroke where I lay down and I go like that. So the reason I said I made progress is the pool. I don't know how long. I can't. I'm not gonna try to guess how big the pool is or how long the length is of the pool. But basically, usually it would take me like 4 floating when I'm floating on my back, whether it's this one or it's that one. It takes me about 4 tries to get across the pool. I mean, it was taking me around that time, but then I did one. The last one I did, before I got out the pool, I decided to try it one more time. So I did what I think it's called this backstroke. I was doing that, and then I got halfway there, and the only reason I kind of stopped was because water got in my nose. So like I had my head back. I know you're supposed to have your forehead in the water, eyes up, looking back over there. But I was able to get halfway, and then like nose got in my water, and I didn't really have to get out. But then I was kind of like, you know, like that's one thing for me. It's like a lot of the issues I have, like when I first started, was either me not breathing properly underwater, not knowing how to breathe underwater, and you can actually, well, it's not breathing underwater, obviously, but it's like you can blow bubbles, which will help you kind of breathe and get some air out. So stuff like that is like something where I was like, okay, like you're telling me to put my head down, but how am I gonna put my head down when like water's getting in my nose, stuff like that. So like I was doing that, and then I was about halfway there. Water got in my nose. I kept trying. Then eventually, like it just because I was splashing, and I splashed too much. So you know, I was splashing, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me get up because that last drop that just went in my nose was kind of a lot. But got halfway there, and I'm like, let me try one more time. Got halfway there, finished or took 2 tries to get out across the pool. I wanted to try 1 try, but in two tries to get across the pool, I was like, you know what? I'll take that. I was also doing the regular front stroke or whatever it's called. With that one, it took me like 4 tries still. So that's actually, surprisingly, that's turning out to be the hardest thing. Even though that was one of the first things I learned, like as far as movement in the water, that's one of the first things I learned. But it's turning out to be the hardest thing just because, like, okay, it'll take me about like 4 tries, maybe 3.5, something like that. So yeah, 4 usually. I don't think, and it's always been like around that. So it's like I have the motion down. I mean, as down as I can have it. I think the biggest thing is like the breath. So like I put my head down, I'm swimming, and then I look up, like you're supposed to go like that. So like you then you bring your head up, inhale, go back down, breathe through your nose or through your mouth, whatever you want, or just hum through your nose, whatever, you know, like that. So I do that, but then like coming up for air, like I either so I'm supposed to breathe in. That's the only time you get to breathe in, when you bring your head up for air. I either breathe in and then all of a sudden I just lose like my momentum, and then I like can go back down for a little bit, but it's just like it takes me so long to be able to breathe. I don't know why it's so hard to just come up and breathe and then just go back down. Like it just messes up my momentum, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, now like I'm already out of breath, like, or I just wasted so much energy. My body just gets tired, and I think that's one problem. Like I just use so much force and so much energy when I swim. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but so that's the one thing that's turning out to be the hardest. And then the other thing is when I come up for air, sometimes like I'll get water in my nose or water in my mouth, just because I'm not used to that motion, I guess, of coming in to breathe in and then going back down. So when I come out, I breathe in, try to go back down, and maybe I'm still breathing in, and then all of a sudden water goes in my mouth, my nose, and I'm just like, oh man. Or like sounds like I said, I can ignore that and just keep swimming, but it's still not gonna last long, because the second time I come up again, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna actually probably watch some videos on how to breathe or how to do that thing where you come up for air. So I think that will help, because I know the instructor that, well, today I just went to LA Fitness to take my classes, but the instructor that's teaching me, she's really good. She's one of the best. Like she gives me confidence as far as like me being like, oh, at first I'm like, okay, you know what? Like I don't think I can do this. Obviously I get a lot of confidence, but at the same time, you can only teach somebody so much. Like if you're a person that's not willing to kind of take it upon yourself to learn something, your teacher can only teach you so much. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, okay, like you're teaching me a lot, but I'm gonna have to put it upon my. Oh, sorry, bro. I'm just like my lips are chapped. I don't know if it's because it's kind of, it's in Minnesota. It started actually snowing again, or spring, but it's like 30 degrees or 40 degrees, and it started to snow again. So it's not as nice. So I've been getting chapped lips, but yeah, like like I said, your instructor, your coach, whoever you guys, your teacher, your mentor, they can only teach you so much. If you're the type of person that's not willing to go gain knowledge, gain experience, gain stuff by yourself, you can only learn so much from somebody teaching you. Like the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink the water, right? So that's kind of how I'm at. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm in the water. I'm not gonna drink the water, but I'm gonna swim. I'm gonna have to try the different things by myself to figure this out. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But no, I've done a lot. There's the other thing where it's called like the flip in the water. So you like start. You can either start. I usually start on my back, so I'm on my back like that, and then I'm doing the float, and then I turn around, and then I go like that, start swimming, and then I try to turn around again, and then go back to floating. That one is a little tough. I think I can get it, to be honest, but I kind of started late at it, and then at the time I was just like, you know what? Let me get back to doing the floating on my back and then swimming on my back. So I want to master at least something, you know, because I was feeling so confident in that. I'm like, I definitely can like get this, because you know that's how it is. It's like you just need a little confidence to be like, see your progress, and then it tells you to keep pushing. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, am I really making progress? Especially when I first get in the water, I'm always like, I feel like I'm getting worse. But then like I'll somehow have something where it's like, oh, that's what I needed. That's what needed to happen for me to get my confidence up. Boom. Okay. I just was able to float for half the pool. Now it basically means I can probably float the whole pool. Stuff like that. So that's how I've been getting my confidence, to be honest. So I think my next goal is to be able to breathe, like to do that, all that, and come look up, and then still keep swimming and be able to go the whole length of the pool. And I really don't think it's something I mean, it is hard, but I also think it's something that I just have to like understand what to do. If you don't know what you're doing, you can't do it. So I'm just gonna figure out what I need to do for that. But once I have that down, my confidence is gonna be so high, man. And I obviously, like I use so much energy still. Like I get tired. I don't know if it's just I'm not used to using certain muscles. I don't know, but I still feel like for the most part, I'm just wasting so much energy swimming. It's like ridiculous. So that's my next goal, really. Just figuring out how to not use so much energy, and then figuring out how to like come up for air and then go back down while swimming. So I'll kind of keep you guys updated on that. But trust me, I'm making progress. You definitely making progress.